What's up, guys? It's Austin from Theory. Today, I'm coming out with a new series called Player Pass. I'm going to be taking like new decks and I'm evaluating whether they would be good to play or if you should pass on this and maybe get something else. A new deck that came out that I'm sort of interested in is the Weather Painters. So we're going to talk about those today, and hopefully this might be a series if you guys turn out liking it. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, guys, first we're going to start with monsters. The most notable monster is the Weather Painter Snow. What it does is when it's normal summon, you can, I think it's either add one or maybe activate it straight from the deck, a Weather Painter canvas. So this helps out a lot with consistency. Right now it's like an $8 card, so it's probably the best card in the deck. So, but yeah, that's for the first monsters. Okay, next guys we have Thunder. What it does is you pop one on your side like a canvas, and then you basically just replace it with another one. This could come up with some situations to where, because some of the canvases you can only use their effect once, like the snowy canvas, you can't draw for the rest of the turn after you use it, and it's done with drawing. So you might pop it and replace it with a different canvas if you like. So you could use it like that. And also there's some other combos it has where I think there's some other cards where you can add canvases back and things like that. So it kind of does play well into the deck, and it's definitely good at 3 in the deck. And it really helps out some with like some consistency type things and just being able to use like more of them. For the next monster, we have Cloud. Cloud is one of the less useful ones. You might run it at 1 or 2 per se. Basically, what it does is I think it's when it's normal summon, you can add 2 from your graveyard. So it helps a little bit with recursion. So it helps like if you basically just got like your best canvases popped, like by someone's Twin Twisters or something. It's like a perfect opportunity just to get them back. But it's better to mid to late game. So probably maybe 1 or 2 of those. But that's it for Cloud. So next we have Sunny. What he does when he's in the graveyard, you basically pop one of your canvases to special summon him. So he helps some with some like recursion, as I said. And he's a good target for like Foolish Burial, things like that. And he also does the thing where it like clears up if you used it once this turn and you want like an open spot or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's only 5 spell and traps, so that's the only like zones you would need open, and you can only control one of them, but still, it could come in handy to get rid of some of them. Next, we have Rain. Rain is pretty good. When it's special summon, you can go ahead and just activate a canvas from your hand. The only canvas you'd really want to activate is like the traps, so that could help out getting out the Thunder canvas, which is probably one of the better ones. So it could speed up your gameplay some as far as the traps go, but maybe it's like a 2 of. I probably wouldn't run it more than 2 because it's pretty useful. Like you see it as much as you want to it too. Probably the same thing for Sunny too, because he's sort of useful. The only ones you really want to see at 3 are Snow and Thunder. So next is Aurora. She's okay. She's like protection sort of. You might only run like 1 or 2 of her. So basically, when she's on the field, your canvases can't be destroyed. So that works out, helping out protecting your canvases and whatnot. But overall, maybe just 1 or 2 of her. She's okay, and she has to be tribute summoned, so kind of slows the deck down some. Okay, next we have spells. First we have Snowy Canvas. What it does is when it's activated, the monster in front of it and the zones to the left and the right of it gain these effects where you can banish them to search out weathery cards. And you can't add cards from your deck to your hand for the rest of the turn, so that's what I was talking about, maybe you wanting to pop it for something else, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it could come up in those kind of situations, but Snowy is probably the best spell, and I think it's really cool because each canvas has their like painter on them, so it just shows them painting snow, like snow is painting snow. So, and I think this is like the artwork on this archetype is like absolutely beautiful. It's probably like one of the best artworks I've seen in a long time. Okay, next for spells you have Rainy. Rainy Canvas is it's pretty good. What it does is like the monster in front of it and then the adjacent zones. That's basically with all of them. Gain this effect. You can banish it to return 1 spell or trap from that your opponent has to the hand, which makes really no difference unless it's a trap. Because spells, you can just reactivate them, most of them at least, unless it says you can only activate 1 of these per turn. But most spells, like say Pot of Desires, you can just reactivate it. It doesn't matter. So maybe like a 1 or 2 of, because it's not really that useful just because the only thing it realistically stops is traps. But that's about it with Rainy. Okay, guys. Next, we have the last spell. We have Sunny Canvas. What it does is you banish the ahead and adjacent column. You can gains this effect. You can banish it to tribute a different weathery monster to special summon any weathery monster from your hand. It's pretty good. Maybe if you already normal summoned or something like that, and you got like some extra draws in, and you're looking to draw some more. It at 2 is good, just because maybe you want to switch out your weather monsters for different ones to get you different effects. And also, if you have the one that special summons out of the hand, you can get effects off of that. So it is helpful to switch out monsters and things like that. Okay, guys, next we have traps. For the first trap, we have Thunder Canvas. What it does is you banish the above and adjacent cards, gain the effect where you can banish them to return one monster your opponent controls to the hand. This is a very powerful card because, as we all know, returning to the hand is sometimes better than destroying, depending on how hard it is to get out. And especially if it's an extra deck monster, it just sends it back to the extra deck. So Thunder is definitely a very good card in this deck, and it actually makes it to where it could be viable just because of how good Thunder is. Okay, next we have Aurora's Canvas. What it does is they gain the effect to where they can, like if an opponent would add a card from their deck to their hand, you can banish that monster, like the monster connected to this card somehow, and you banish the card they were going to add, I believe. Or maybe it makes it where they don't add that card and they draw a card. I know it has something to disrupting withdrawals and adding. I know it's something like that. You might have to look into it a little further than what I just did because I'm doing a bad job at this. But it's something like that. But this card is really good for disrupting your opponent. Like if they go to add, like say a masterpiece, you can be like, no, you're not adding that. I'll let you draw a card instead, and you banish your monster. I think that's how it works. Something like that. It has a little bit of a confusing effect. I had to read it 3 or 4 times, and I still don't fully know it yet. But anyway, it's a really good trap just to disrupt your opponent in general and kind of stop some of their like combo-y plays. So next we have Rainbow. So guys, I didn't forget about Rainbow. I'm just going to put her at the end because that's where I think extra deck monsters probably belong. But Rainbow is basically just a walking solemn warning. You contribute itself to negate any effect pretty much, or solemn judgment actually. I think that's the one that can pretty much negate anything, or solemn scolding. It's one of those. And then while it's in your link zone, monsters it points to gains the effect of if a card or effect is activated, it can banish one of those pointing to it and then negate the effect. And also if it's banished, a special summon like all the other monsters. And that's about it for Rainbow. She's a really good rank 3 though for this deck, and she's really powerful once you get her on the field. Okay, guys. So to wrap it up, I think the Weather Painters is a play. They are a little expensive, which I wouldn't say $60-$70 is really that expensive, but they're kind of moderately expensive. You know what I'm saying? So, but you can mix them with a lot of things, which will make them more expensive because the things you mix them with are expensive, like Invoked and True Draco, which True Draco is a little bit more affordable now, which I since a lot of people stopped playing it since they banned all the little babies because playing True Draco is kind of impossible now, or like pure True Draco. But anyway, this deck I feel like is really good. If they got like a little bit of support that pushed him into meta, uh, they would definitely be worth playing. I think they're worth picking up now just in case something like that does happen because they are really good. They are more of a control based deck. So if you kind of like just sitting back and messing with your opponent with effects and things like that, this is probably the deck for you. It kind of suffers some to like some consistency things, and also it's like I said, it's really slow. So you have to maybe play like, and it's good that it's kind of slow because there's a lot of stall cards sort of in the Weather Painter archetype, like Thunder is sort of stally, and other disruption type cards. And their Link monster Rainbow is probably one of the best 3 links there is. But anyway, guys, this has been the video. Weather Painter's pretty good. I think they could be meta if they got some more cards. But so if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. If I got a lot of support on this video, I'll probably make another one. Give me some suggestions about what to make them from. Anything you'd like to see. I've been researching this deck for a few days, trying to make this video. So I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.